Greetings, CBC. Welcome to this week's Sunday warm-up. This is a bonus edition as we have Christmas Eve service, so you're going to get two warm-ups for this week. Now, let me remind us, if you happen to catch this before our Christmas Eve services, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Christmas Eve services this week. And this Sunday is the last Sunday of the month, as well as the last Sunday of the year. So we do have a food pantry right after second service. If you're able to be here and stick around and help out with that, that's always greatly appreciated. All right, notes for this week. For Christmas Eve, we are going to look at Romans chapter 6, verse 23. Romans chapter 6, verse 23. There's a very personal reason why I want to look at that verse for this week, and it's just an amazing verse that we could talk about on any given service, Sunday, Christmas Eve, Easter, anytime. But Romans chapter 6, verse 23, that is going to be the sermon. The points of the sermon are going to come right out of that. There will be a sermon note sheet. I'm going to have a few other verses sprinkled in as we remind ourselves of the gospel. One other verse I would look at in prep for Tuesday's Christmas Eve services would be 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 15 to 17. So for Christmas Eve, two passages, Romans chapter 6, verse 23, and 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 15 to 17. And then for the last Sunday of the year, December the 29th, Luke chapter 1, verses 26 to 56. Before we end the year, let's go back one more time to one of the gospel accounts around the birth of Christ. And this is what's known as Mary's Magnificat, to magnify. My soul magnifies the Lord, she says. So that'll be the only passage we're looking at, Luke 1, 26 to 56. I thought it would be a great passage to come back to. Again, we haven't covered it this year, but to come back to before we end this year, as we begin a new year, to be reminded of her words and her heart and her spirit that desired to magnify the Lord, to make a big deal out of God. As we get ready to start the new year, great time to pause and to think about as we start into a new year, what is it that we're going to make big this year? What are we going to make a big deal out of? Pay attention to and maybe make some notes related to what kind of things she specifically made a big deal out of God about. She notes a number of descriptors there about who her God is and what he does and has done. Take some time to make some notes and bullet point those out. We'll do that together on Sunday. So that's it for this week, Christmas Eve service, and for this final Sunday of the year. It's been just another joy this year to be a part of this journey with you. For those of you who are weekly a part of these Sunday warm-ups, I appreciate that so much, and I hope it's been a blessing for you to prepare ahead of time and to really block out some space in preparation for what we do on Sunday mornings. Maybe you don't recognize it in the moment all the time, but I promise you there is tremendous fruit that comes from extra work digging into the text ahead of time. And so thank you for being a part of that journey with me. I hope it has been and will continue to be a blessing for you. As always, these videos that I put out are for the intended purpose for you from my church family or those who desire to listen in to what we're teaching here so that we together can prepare and really dive deeper into the Word. I'll commit to do this as long as one other person wants to watch these and get ahead of the Scriptures with me and know this. I'll continue to do it going forward. I'm not ever going to do anything flashy or fancy. It's just going to be simply me giving you the notes ahead of time so that we can be studying ahead a time together on this. And I always would highly encourage, welcome, and appreciate your prayers leading up to Sunday by Sunday. God bless you. If I don't happen to see you this Christmas Eve or this next week here, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year to you. Certainly praying for you. And what a blessing it has been and continues to be the shepherd of this flock in this church. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Hope to see you here Christmas Eve and this final Sunday of the year. God bless you.